Hi everybody, I want to do a tutorial. I've noticed I always scratch my head when I start the tutorials. There's nothing wrong with this, don't worry, I don't have any strange diseases. Anyway, I want to do, I don't know how to do it, a tutorial for sky blue and peacock look. I don't know why sky blue and peacock together, but we're going to be using things like MAC pigment in Azrael blue. I'm going to use a couple of pigments from a company called Collection 2000, which I think is just UK, in beautiful colours like this. This one's called Heavenly, and it's a vibrant peacock colour, and this one is called Mystery, and it's a sort of a bit like MAC's, I think, deep blue green pigment maybe. And I'm going to use some MAC frozen white pigment as well, which is a white with a blue dual chrome to it. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start with a clean eye, nothing on. I'm going to use some homemade mixing medium. I just made a video on how to make it. So there's my mixing medium. Actually see there's something in the bottle there. And like I said, I'd like to put my my samples in my pigments into sample jars. So I've got my Azrael blue there, and I'm just going to dip the brush into the mixing medium and put a couple of drops onto the lid of the Azrael blue. I really hope I'm saying this right, because I'm going to say it a couple more times. Maybe we'll just call it blue, the light blue. Right, so I've put a couple of drops on, and I can actually hold it up and show you because it's not going to drip off. There's not much on there because I've swished it around and I've worked it into the brush really well. So you want to get a nice pasty consistency. You don't want it to be too thin or too thick. You can test it on the back of your hand if you want to make sure that it's going to be thick enough. So once you've coated your brush in the mixing medium, we're just going to apply that on the whole of the lid. This is going to act as a base. This is actually, I didn't realise how similar it would be. It's really similar to a Kryolan aqua colour in silver blue. I did a tutorial for that I think yesterday. I think it's on the main page of my channel at the minute. So we're just going to work that onto the eyelid, and as with all bases that have got colour, pretty much where you put this is where your eyeshadow is going to go. So don't think that you can just ignore it if you don't want the eyeshadow to go that far. I do recommend that you correct it as soon as possible. Don't wait too long, so it'll settle down and dry and you'll move on. So we're just going to get a bit more of the mixing medium, some more pigment on this side. So using pigments with a mixing medium is really similar to using things like aqua colours. It's the same sort of principle, and it gives a really similar effect. You get some really vibrant aqua colours, so it's kind of like an artist's kind of palette. So it didn't seem like watercolour, so you've got to add water and make the paste before you actually you can't use watercolour to apply it. So you can use things like MAC makes a mixing medium to make a water based and another one water based. I've not tried either. Well, I don't remember trying either of them. But I mean, if this gives similar results and glycerin costs 49p in the supermarket, I don't know why I'd buy. I don't think I'm going to use enough of a whole bottle of mixing medium to actually warrant getting it. So we've got the base on, we're using the Azrael blue. The next colour I'm going to use is this one by Collection 2000, which you can get I think at the Body Shop. And it's a Dazzle Me dust called Heavenly. It's number 5. So we're just going to tap some of this into the lid. It comes in a jar like this. It's got holes in it. there so you can see how it comes out. And again, we're just going to get a dab of the mixing medium and work it in to the lid. Okay, remember you can get as much or as little mixing medium as you like, just to get the consistency that's right for you. And work it onto the brush, and then, oh my god, I'm going to be a peacock with this. And we're just going to work this onto the outer half of the eyelid. You can go just beyond the half if you want, and just make sure you blend it as you go along. To blend, I'm going to use a combination. I'm going to use little circles, so tiny little circles to rub the two colours together, and I'm also going to use what I'm going to call windscreen light emulsions, and that means going over the larger area and just mixing the two colours together. When you use the windscreen wipe emulsions, you're more likely to go across your whole eyelid, or just go over a further distance, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, it probably spelled rubbish, I apologise. Okay, and do the other eye. The other eye was too dry. Oh, don't drop your brush and put it on your face like I've just done. I think that's a good reason not to put your foundation on first. You're as clumsy as I am. You have dropped and spilled so much at the weekend. Terrible. There we go. So we've got the general shape again. I'm going to say it again. If you're as clumsy as I am, make sure you put the lid straight on your pigments after you've used them. Right, and then for the crease, I'm going to use this colour here called Mystery #1. And this is the one that's a bit like I think it's called Deep Blue Green from MAC. I can't be 100% sure because I don't think I've got that. But it's a beautiful, beautiful colour. Really lovely. And for this, I'm going to use, these are the brushes I used from a brush set I got on eBay, and it was just to play around with really. I think it's 20 brushes, I think like $9.99. And they're alright, they're quite decent. And this time I'm going to use a Sonia Kashuk #2 travel brush. Dip that in. So I've noticed as I'm dipping my brush into the mixing medium again and again, I'm getting a bit of the colour in there. But because it's just me using it, I'm not too bothered. If you were going to share it with other people, or if you were worried about a couple of little drops here and there, then I would recommend making the mixing medium in a bottle so that you can drop it out. Or, like I said in the video where I made the mixing medium, using a spoon to dig it out to get a couple of drops out. So I'm just going to pat that on first, there. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to blend it with another brush. This is quite an abrasive brush. It's hard. I don't like it that much. I know, why am I using it? I don't know. For this side. So it's going to look like you've got 3 strips of colour. That is what we've got right now. And we'll go back and we'll blend it. Seal this up. I hate to spill the whole jar of that. Right, to blend it all together, blend the edges smooth. I'm going to use MAC pigment in Frozen White, which is this white with a blue duochrome. I think this will go nicely with the blue eyeshadow. So I've got actually a sample jar from MAC for this. It was actually from one of the Christmas collections. So what I do, I get a bit, I'm going to dip my brush in and get quite a lot on, and then put the brush into the lid. And so I'm going to swish it round and work it into the brush again. So we're going to use that as a highlight. It's going to be a highlight with a bit of a blue tinge, so it might not be an everyday look for most of us.